How's it going, guys? Motor City Miner here, coming at you from the Blue Squadron room today, just like I promised I would, because we're going to be working on this guy. This is that Lian Li, however you want to pronounce it, 8 GPU server rack mountable miner that I have. Again, these are the boxes with all the 170 HXs we're going to put in there. We got 8 in there. Have never had the HX before, so the 170 HX, that is. So this will be a new experiment for me. So gonna go over this unit for you guys. Pros and cons, stuff like that. I've never had this type of unit before, and you're probably asking yourself, based on all my old videos, why on earth did I buy a new machine? Couple of reasons. It was really cheap. Link down below to the seller on eBay. It's brand new. I have confirmed even opening it. It's brand new. It's immaculate. But it was really cheap. I needed tight spacing because these are passive GPUs. I have run out of PC server parts, mini X12 Octominers, so I didn't really have anything with tight spacing. I could have put it in some of my other Octominers, and played with foam inserts and all that stuff. I just didn't really want to deal with it. I knew that in this room I'm going to be putting actual server racks anyway, and I had this one other proof of useful work flux miner over here, flux core. And I figured, you know what? I don't really plan on having more of these 170 HXs, just these 8, just so I can do content on them. So I'll just get this dedicated rig. And you're like, why on earth do you only have 8 170 HXs when I have all those other CMP 100 210s? Reality is, the 100 210s were so much cheaper, I would have been stupid to not get that many as I did. So I did end up getting these because they were still a really good price. But the 100 210s, I got them the V100 BIOS ones for $125 each, and the non V100 BIOS, so the regular BIOS, $100 each. So these are about 4 times the cost of those. And when I did get those, I got them way before they got popular. But this is like 4 times the cost, and hash rates are maybe 1.75, not quite double on most memory algorithms. Efficiency is better too, but again, I have really good electrical rates. I'm on industrial rates. So for me, sometimes it's more about just what can I get more of, and I could afford so many more of those that it more than compensated for the fact that their hash rate is closer to half of these. But I did want to get some of these. Got a good price, like I said. So we're going to work on that today. Put them in here. So this is that Lian Li AX-80 case. No, AX-K80. There's a K60 as well. And that just means how many GPUs they hold. So this is the 8 GPU model. You can see on the front here, it just looks like a standard server, rack mountable server, really. These are all fake. There's nothing there. They're just a metal panel behind them. These don't slide out. So kind of funny they even bothered putting these, to be honest. And this is just your inlet air. So I already got this unscrewed for you guys. So we'll take off the top panel, see what's inside. So put that off to the side. So this is what we're looking at here. You can see this is our power supply, 3,300. Ignore, it is brand new. I already unpacked it a little bit. But yeah, so this is the 3,300 watt power supply. I've used these before for mining. They're really, really reliable, really good. You can see that it plugs in on this side and then goes actually out to the back where it comes in. Then we got 3, can't tell if these are 120 or 140 millimeter fans, but 3 fans here, which are obviously going to pull in air through this front grill, so a little bit of suction. That then pulls the air into where the GPUs go. So here's the 8 GPU riser board. This is the CPU board in the middle. So there's 9 PCIe slots with one for your processor in the middle. It does have to go in that one, the one that's blue. And then we also have 2 outlet fans as well to create some negative pressure and help that air continue flowing through. Some things to note on here. Here's the model information, AX-K80, like I mentioned. There's a K60, which is 6 GPU breakout board. I think it's goes in the same size case, it's just larger spacing. Again, I needed tight spacing for the 170HXs that are passive. You'll see that there's 5 inlets on the board, on the riser board for power, and then one obviously on your CPU board. It does take an mSATA hard drive, so I have a bunch of those. I'll have to throw HiveOS on there and see what pops up. And it does come with a CPU and RAM. I don't know how much RAM off the top of my head, so I don't remember. So we'll see when that pops up on HiveOS what it came with. Other than that, it comes with 8 I'm trying to say this properly. 8 PCIe cables, so one for each GPU, and each has 2 6+2 pins, so can power 6. Now the 170HX does take EPS connector, so I'm actually going to use a bunch of EPS. They're dongles that combine 2 8 pins to 1 EPS. I have a whole bunch of those from the CMPs because I have been replacing those dongles with direct power 6-pin to 8-pin EPS from the veteran miner. Whereas these, I can't really do anything with. They go directly into the PSU. There's no way to change these out, so I will use the dongle here. What else? I mean, like I said, it's in great shape, brand new. Everything's spotless in here, it would appear. Lian Li, is a good brand. I didn't know they made mining cases, I'll be honest. Obviously, they make tons of cases for desktop PCs, fans, all kinds of good stuff. Great brand. And again, you're probably like, why did I get an expensive brand? Well, it wasn't expensive. That's why I got it. Mining scene's kind of dead at the moment. And I could have just used any of my really cheap no-name brand miners, but I wanted something good for the 170HXs, so that's what we got. What else? That's kind of it in here as the initial look at it. I'm gonna start putting the GPUs in. I do, like I said, have to get the hard drive mounted, so I think actually we'll do that first. Put HiveOS onto a hard drive on a mSATA, put it in here, and at least make sure this boots up properly, shows up in HiveOS without any GPUs. And I don't know if Lian Li, or however you want to pronounce it, is like Octominer and has a built-in a ability to control these fans from HiveOS. They're a higher end brand, so it's possible, I guess. I didn't really think about that when I bought it. So we'll see if there's any integrations with HiveOS between a Lian Li one. Typically, unless it's an Octominer, I've never really seen integration between a GPU miner case and HiveOS. But maybe being a higher end manufacturer, they did make one. I'm not sure. So we'll find out when we get that ready to go. All right, guys. You can see I got the hard drive, the mSATA, installed now. That's a fresh installation of HiveOS. So we're pretty much ready to boot this up. Got all the power in. You want to make sure there's actually oddly a power button on this PSU below where this plugs in. So make sure that's on. It's not accessible from the outside, unfortunately. So we got our cable here. We're pretty much ready to go. Boot her up. See what happens. Hopefully it works. Oh. That could have been real bad. Could have been real bad. We had some conflict of wires there. Make sure there's no wires in the fans on top of everything. All right, let's try that again. What's it? That could have been bad. All right, definitely got power. A little quieter this time because nothing's getting chopped up. PSU is a little loud, but for being 3,300 watts, it's not that surprising. Got nice, good airflow. So I think it's doing what it's supposed to. Let's go check on the computer, see if this thing shows up. Oh, it's not going to show up with there's no Ethernet. Well, that was dumb, guys. We'll be right back. This time, got the Ethernet plugged in. It does go into this back here. It's kind of really far back, so I'm not a big fan of that. It's kind of weird. At least they made this opening wide enough that like you're not gonna have a hard time getting to it. But it is kind of weird that it's so far back. And you can see I also plugged in a VGA to a screen over there. I am curious what shows up on the like if they have a dedicated splash screen like on Octominers or if it's nothing special. So we're gonna turn this on. I'm gonna hit the switch over here and see what's on this screen. No, so no dedicated splash screen or anything like that. Nothing cool. So I guess we'll make sure it boots up here. And if it connects to the internet, we should be able to check on our computer that it is live. So you can see the CPU information. All right, so let's head over to the computer. See if this thing's showing up on and yeah, it is. Look at it right there. AX-K80. That's what I've called it. It's a one-off. You can see my farm. I put it under Blue Squadron because that's what room it's going to be in. It's the first one in Blue Squadron for now. I used to have a bunch in here, but they've all been moving around, as you know. So it does look like it's appeared here. Xenon E3 1200 V2 third gen core processor graphics controller. So that's what type of CPUs in there. Yeah, nothing too crazy. All the normal stuff. And it does not look like there's any dedicated interface with HiveOS. So it shows up like just a normal rig that you custom make yourself or anything that is an Octominer. I'll show you what an Octominer does do by jumping over to one real quick. So Octominer, it actually adds this little Octominer setting. So guess Lian Li did not add any of that, but we are in here. So I'm going to quickly do some just like housekeeping, upgrade to the latest, install latest NVIDIA drivers, stuff like that. And then we'll hop back to putting in some 170HX GPUs. So I got one 170HX in there. I will say, although I love my 10210s, and they even though they aren't as good because they were so darn cheap, the 170HX actually looks really nice. I mean, sure, it's minimalistic to like the nth degree, but I mean, it is very nice cooler design. I mean, just simplistic, looks great in a server. Unlike the CMPs, which look a little goofy since they took off the Tesla shroud on them. But yeah, we're ready. Oh, and I did swap out the RAM stick on here. I guess it comes with a 4 GB. I like running with 8 just for a little more stable system. Hive pretty much uses up most of 4 GB, it seems, once everything's up and running. So swap that out for an 8 GB stick I had laying around. So we're going to turn this on, see if this guy shows up. And this is that dongle I was talking about. I just used a CMP 100 210 dongle. I think in the end, these will just sit on top of the GPUs, so they're out of the way of the air, but obviously right now they're just kind of hanging around. So let's see if this popped up on the computer. It does appear that it has shown up, so we should be good to go. So I'm going to go and put all the rest in here, and hopefully they all show up. Hopefully there's no issues there. But yeah, be right back. We got all 8 in here. Looks beautiful, minus the wire management. So I definitely think this case would have worked better without GPUs that need a dongle. There's a lot of extra wire, so before I put the lid on, I'll clean that up. But for now, I just want to turn it on, make sure all the GPUs connect. So we're just going to turn this on real quick. No, we're not. I forgot I unplugged it. Just a second. Let me get that plugged in over here. There we go. Then we'll turn her on and check on the computer to see if this is showing up properly. And yep, look at that. We got all 8 CMP 170HXs showing up, all looking beautiful. Interesting. So 6 of them are 8 gigabyte versions and 2 are 10 gigabyte. Really interesting. Hynix, a bunch of Hynix and 2 Samsung. Huh. Really weird. Interesting. Really, really interesting. I'm gonna have to check what they said they were. I thought they were all supposed to be 8 gigabytes, so maybe I accidentally got 210. Other than that, though, it looks like they're all there. It's probably going to screw with my clocks a little bit. Some are Hynix versus Samsung. But whatever. All there. So we're going to button up this case at least and put it on that bottom shelf. It's going to end up going sideways. But yeah, let's put her on there, start it up one more time, and then we'll get to tuning this thing. So I did check my receipt. They were all supposed to be 8 gigabyte. And we got it on the shelf, and it's on. And yeah, so now I just got that bad boy to work on. That's going to be another day, though. I don't even know where to start with that one. So we'll get to that next time. But yeah, we're up and running. I don't know what I'm going to do with these GPUs yet, so that'll be in a future video of what they're mining. But yeah, got that set up. It's a nice looking case. Not you can, it's rack mountable. It's not on a rack right now, but it will be in the future when I'm actually done in this room. But for now, we're just going to run that guy as it is. So that's all I got for today. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And that's all I got for today on this Lian Li 8 GPU 170HX rig. Until next time.